Hi Aries, welcome to your April 2019 monthly readings. I've been MIA for a couple months now. I wanted to do Marches, but in February there I needed a root canal, so my face swelled up and my neck swelled up, so it was a no-go, people. It's different scenery. I've moved, so I got a lot more free time. Gotta tell you, it used to take me 4 hours to get to and from work, and I do 10-hour shifts. So usually anywhere from 10 to 14 hours. So most days I only had like um, 2 to 3 hours sleep. It's ridiculous. All right, I've been on 100 for a while here. I don't know how I did it. A universe, life, spirit, whatever you want to call it, that gave me some downtime. Sure, it was negative. I needed a root canal, but I had time to myself. And I'm a thinker. I don't exactly like time to myself. Anyways, Aries. All right, it's your birthday month. Happy birthday, Aries. My mom's an Aries. Love you, mommy. Um, my boyfriend has a friend who's a Gemini, and he came over. He's really good at numerology, and I know a lot about astrology. Not an expert. I don't think you could ever be an expert on astrology. You constantly have to learn, right? In order to be a teacher, you got to be a student. But we got into an interesting conversation about Aries and how great and fabulous you guys were. And we've all agreed, and it's funny because you have this card that came up, I am fun. The Aries are super fun. We're great parents. Magical. We both were talking about how magical Aries was. Um, so let's get into your reading. Uh, you've got, this is the No Show and Grow reading. I like this reading. I think it's highly valuable. So the first card you got is I Am Simple. Aries is all up in their head. I am safe. I am fun. That looks like confetti. Eh? You are fun. It doesn't seem like you're having much fun right now because you're all up in your head, but you will be. Okay, you got the Star card. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You have the Ace of Swords. You got the Queen of Swords. I would say she's an Aquarius because you have the Star card there. Okay, I believe, don't quote me on it. I guess it might depend on the deck too. Some people have different meanings for each card, but I do believe the Queen of Swords is a Libra woman. But it's coming strongly through as an Aquarius one. Okay, you have the Four of Cups, not so great card. And then you have the Knight of Wands, right? Okay, so what you need to know is not to lose hope in whatever area or category that your hope is dwindling out. It's not to lose hope. Okay, it is going to come through eventually. Your wishes will come through in time with the proper actions taking place. All right, you got to be real with yourself. Uh, okay, you do have to be logical. You have the Queen of Swords here. She's a highly intelligent woman. She doesn't have to be a sun sign, air sign. Okay, she could have. That's the thing with astrology, right? Like, especially in tarot readings, you see a lot of people when the people cards come up, they're immediately, oh, it's an air sign. Okay, there's too many combinations that the person could be. They might not even have a sun, moon, rising, um, Mars, Venus in an air sign. It could be their house. They could have a full house in air sign. It could just be their Mars or Venus, right? Like, they have air qualities. Usually air signs you can tell because they use the words I think a lot. All right. They're very logical though. They say that they're non-emotional. That's not true. They're humans. Everybody's got emotions. All right. Unless you're a narcissist or a psychopath. Okay. Um, they tend not to have emotions. A robot, a cyborg, like, been watching a lot of Stargate. Um, with I Am Simple, what you need to know is it's the simple things that matter. Okay, it's the things that money can't buy that matter, which is time. Money can't buy you more time. Okay, it can't buy you more time with your children if you work a lot of hours and you're missing time with your children. It can't buy you that time with your grandchildren, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, husband, wife, cousins, your friends, your family. It can't buy you more time. Okay, you need to know that the simple things are what matter. So it's a simple dinner with the family, having the whole family together. All right. So it's like if you're older, I do this with my family once a month. We all get together and we have a family dinner. Right. We're all adults. Uh, we all have busy lives. We're out there doing our things. Right. Like, however, we all can find a moment in the month where we all reunite and get down to have a simple dinner, right? Where it's the time that matters. You can't replace time. Um, if that's something that you choose to do, I'd highly recommend it. It really is great for the family to keep everybody together. Uh, my mom being Portuguese, food is love. So hope is not lost, okay? You really got to be logical about things, though, okay? And with the Aquarian energy here, like Aquarians are highly, highly, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, they're great manifestors of business in business. Like a lot of people, they never bring that up about Aquarians, but Aquarians build really firm foundations. They're great at businesses. Okay, they are co-ruled by Saturn, so they do know the rules, but they're unexpected, right? Because of the co-ruling planet, where so they can do things a little backwards or unexpected. It might not be your typical business or their typical ideas, that society deems appropriate. They're ahead of their time, though. Okay. Um, so what this here is, you need to understand sometimes the solution to the problem is not so complex. It's actually quite simple. It's like when you're having relationship issues. Sometimes they're not as big as you actually think. Okay, sometimes it could be simple as your spouse wants more personal time with you. Okay, and you're thinking, oh, if that's the case, and why are they detached? Whether you're male or female, this could be a male, could be a female. Why are they detached? Okay, well, because they're angry. I don't mean to laugh. It's like the silent treatment. Virgos are really good at this, but Virgos stay busy when they're given the silent treatment. That way they have guilt-free silent treatment. Okay. If you're doing the silent treatment, don't do that. You're just adding to the problem more than you are the solution. Okay, but it is saying that like the people in your life want more time with you. Okay, if I feel like you're distressed over something, but I'm not picking up what it is. Okay, so you have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, everybody associates with Jupiter. That is true. Okay, Jupiter is like the outcome of this card, right? Luck is always around the corner. Okay, but with the Wheel of Fortune, it's ruled by all the fixed signs, actually. So it's ruled by Taurus, Scorpio, uh, Aquarius, and who's the other one? We got Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo. Okay, so in order to get your, oh, this is quite complex. This is like I'm seeing a combination lock here, right? Your luck is going to come, okay? But there are some things that need to be dealt with. Um, so pride and ego, okay, and stubbornness, hidden things, and unexpected things, okay? So when you deal with the hidden truths, um, you're going to step up a little more. Okay? I feel like there's some truth that needs to come to light or needs to be spoken about in order for things to heal and manifest. Okay? With the eye, what you need to know is I am simple. You have the Star card and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so what you need to know is hope is not lost. It is around the corner. Okay, your all your hard work and dedication, it's not gone to waste. Okay, with the Queen of Swords, this is talking about male or female. You need to be logical about things. Okay, it's not saying to completely dismiss your heart at all, but you have to be logical about things. Like it's like you got to be truthful to yourself. All right, like the Queen of Swords, she's everybody, she gets a bad rep. Okay, she's if you see in this, she's got wings, right? And you definitely don't want this woman to open up her wings. All right, because she earned them, she got them. All right, and she has a sword there, which is almost like the sword of truth. Okay, and you do have the Ace of Swords, so she can speak truth, right? And you don't want her to speak it because it's not that she's not tactful in the way that she speaks her truth. She's not concerned about people's emotions or feelings when she speaks it. Okay, so it can hit hard. But there's something that's going to be reflected to you that you got to deal with. All right. So there's got to be a change of the way things. It's like look at the truth of the matter. So how can I put this into words? It's like feelings that I get. Okay. You got to look at the truth of the matter, whatever truth that you've been in denial about. What hasn't been working for you? What have you been doing continuously, all right, over and over again that hasn't been working for you? And then change the approach to that. You got to change it. You got to face the truth of the matter. Okay, so if you hide something from somebody all the time, how you feel all the time, okay, how's that been working out for you? All right, like you're running into the same problems, it's getting worse, it's not working, so you got to change the approach that you're doing it. All right, if you're at the same job and you're dissatisfied, okay, and you've given it a long time frame, like 4 years, a year to 2 years, nothing's changed. What are you going to do about it? You're going to have to get stubborn. You're going to have to face the facts, and you're going to have to do the unexpected, which is expected. Which the expected thing to do is remove yourself from that situation so your luck can change. I mean, you kind of got this like mouse on a wheel going around and around, like in going around and around, you already know where that's going to lead you, right? So like you want to get off that wheel and so you can go a different direction because you're just going in the same circle. You're not going anywhere. You got to get logical, okay? You got to stem from your feelings, okay? You got to see where they're coming from. The Queen of Swords is not afraid to detach herself from things that don't serve her, or she's not afraid to speak the truth. A lot of people, like I said earlier, she gets a bad rep, right? But a lower vibrational Queen of Swords, I can see why she gets the bad rep. Any lower vibrational king or queen, I understand that. Okay, but one that's operating from the higher vibration, they're quite witty. All right. If it's in romance, they're actually, a lot of people are like, oh, they're so detached and not emotional. They're actually quite romantic, you guys. All right. They're just like they're the movie romance is what I call them. Okay. What they see on TV is what they're gonna do. What they see in movies is what they're gonna do because it's a thought. It's like, oh, I could do that, like they'll sweep you off your feet. They tend to be the ones that they'll fly you to where you want to go. They take you out to a lot of restaurants. They wine and dine you. You know what I mean? But they're very witty. They're quite funny. They're highly intelligent. Okay? Definitely, you don't want to play tricks on this woman because she can figure it out quite quickly. Okay? With the I am simple, simplify things. You don't need a lot to be happy. Actually, there's that saying, more money, more problems. That is true. Uh, At one point in my life, I had quite a bit of money and it was just nothing but problems. You can't trust people, and then when you don't have money, none of those people are around, like, so who's been around during your hard times? Because those are the people that you need to simplify your life with, and appreciate and show them love. All right. You could have a wave of people that come back into your life where that are just there to mess it up. Okay, what you need to show is you got I am safe, you got the Wheel of Fortune, and you got the Four of Cups. So you need to show that you're not stuck on the past, all right? The universe, God, spirit, whatever you want to know, wants you to know that you are safe, all right? They got you on lockdown. So by lockdown, it means that nobody's going to be able to harm you except you. It's the message I'm getting here is like you're protected. However, you at this point are the only person who's going to prevent you from moving forward. So these emotions, you got the Four of Cups. You may be scared. You may have locked them away, first of all, because I keep getting this combination lock I'm seeing. Okay, you may have locked it away and you're not facing the emotions, which if an Aries is doing that means they're working. They're working their little tushies off like no tomorrow, man. They're bringing in the money. They're making it rain. All right. However, you need to deal with those emotions. All right. There's something unsettling in your life that you need to deal with. Okay. The universe does want you to know that you are safe, that not to lose your hope. Okay, you're quite intelligent, and I said that in the beginning of the reading. You guys are magical as freaking hell. All right, you can manifest whatever you want. Now you need to really consider about what you're thinking about. All right, like, and what you're sacrificing, because there's some things in life aren't worth your time and effort. Okay. What you need to grow is I am fun. I find that a weird placement for you guys because I do find Aries fun. However, you have I am simple, which means you're in a gray area right now. You may be focused on more of the mundane things like your bills, you want a better car, you want a better house. I mean, and it's asking you to reevaluate things, okay? Because that it's like going to the beach, going go-kart racing, paintball night, laser tag night. You don't need to have money though to do a lot of fun things. Going out in nature, going for hikes, uh, taking up a painting class with a friend. All right, those are quite popular now, where they have places that you just pay $30. You can drink a glass of wine. They show you how to paint a picture, and you learn to paint it. You can take a pottery class. Okay, very hands-on. All right. But I feel like for you guys to have fun, you need to be more so in the fresh air. Your imagination needs to be stimulated a little bit. So it would be more creative, I feel like. Okay. Or it's like just hiking, physical. You need to get physically, um, your energy needs to either come from a physical sense or a mental sense. So it would be like short story writing or painting pictures. That's part of your imagination. Okay. Or it would come from action oriented, being doing things outside of your norm. Okay. You have the Ace of Swords. Okay. And the Ace of Swords I associate with King Arthur. It's a pure heart, it's truth. All right. It's equality too, right? Because if you remember King Arthur, he had the round table, so everybody was an equal. So and you have the Wheel of Fortune here, which is kind of like the round table. All right. So it's like if there's a problem occurring, it's because not everybody feels like they're an equal at the table. So you want to, even if it's just the illusion of you giving that to them, you want to ensure that they're feeling that they're an equal, their input matters, right? Like if you're stressed too, like financially and stuff like that, okay, with the family dinner and stuff like that, it can be a lot of responsibility when one person is hosting, right? It can get costly unless you're creative in the manner that you can save money. My mom's pretty good at that. Again, she's an Aries, she's freaking magical. she can host like 10 people on $40. You know what I mean? Like, however, you can make it more creative and interesting when you do the family dinners, or you don't have to do family dinners. You can be with your friends. You don't get to see your friends a lot when you're adulting. Adulting is hard. So you can just say to your buddies, if it's men or whatever, I would love to see men do this. I've seen my boyfriend and his friends together, but like they don't do the cooking, right? Where my sister's boyfriend's actually trying to do cooking. He's so proud of himself too, man. I'm so proud of him too. Where she makes fun of him a little bit, but it's like, and I've been telling her, like, you should be encouraging him. Like, he's accomplished a great task in his life where he had never tried that before. But like, if you're men, it could be like, instead of going to a sports bar to watch games, um, you can host it at your house. All right. And it's a potluck. Okay. For you women that do women things together. There are local artists that you could find online, that you could call them up and ask them, be like, hey man, if we each, I got like 6 girlfriends, if we each give you like $20, can you come to my house and teach us how to paint and have it at your house? If that's more comforting for you guys, right? Like, but like, and then have a potluck, like everybody brings one item, right? So you're not dealing with it, and you get to try new things, right? Be a little adventurous, exchange recipes if you like it too. But if you're guys, because you got the Knight of Wands here, that is a Sag energy, all right? Sag is about foreign things, knowledge and wisdom, education, okay, exploring, yeah. I kind of feel like if you're a man and you're having guys come over, instead of going to the pub and drinking, it would be like, let's go play a pickup game of, in Canada, it's hockey, right? I'm Canadian. Or let's go play a pickup game of baseball, basketball, tennis, whatever it is, right? Like being more active, having fun, all right? Because I know I said like having it indoors, that can be fun too. If it's a rainy day, hey, that's what you do. But if it's a nice sunny day, go out and enjoy it. Have a new experience, right? You do need to grow having more fun. Clarity and truth is a big deal for you too. That's in the what you need to grow section. So that's like if you're telling yourself lies, then you have to recognize those lies and admit to yourself. That's not pleasant. We all have to go through it though. Okay? You have a lot of options. The 7 of Cups just came out. Okay? You got to pick a direction and choose it, but you got to choose the one that's good for you. It's not about more money, okay? Like, so if you have job opportunity where your hours are all over the place and you make good money, but then an opportunity comes up where it's like you have set hours and it's $1 less, okay? What are you going to do? Are you going to sacrifice your short term for long term, or are you going to sacrifice your long term for short term? Instant gratification instead of long term gratification, right? Because you could take that job that is an hour less, eventually 6 months, a year down the road, you'll make up that dollar difference. But in the short term, you're sacrificing that extra dollar. But you're going to have set hours, which means you have more free time to enjoy everybody else and simplify your life, right? Are you going to pick that big house if you're moving that your money's going to be tight with? Like you're only going to have an extra $300 a month? Or are you going to pick that little house that you're compromising, or apartment that you have to compromise a bit more on? However, you're going to have like an extra $700, $800 a month to go out and have fun and do what you want, right? Long-term or short-term gratification. You have the 4 of Pentacles that came on top of the 4 of Cups. So this is holding on to what no longer serves you. Okay? Some of you guys, this could be like stuff in your house that you need to get rid of. Okay? But your luck is changing. Okay? The only way it's not going to change is if you refuse to change. Right? And you're not a fixed sign, so I don't see that being a problem. Your manifestation power is really, really high. Okay? However, you need the clarity in order to do it. You absolutely need some logic in it, okay? This could also be like people taking advantage of you. You got to put your foot down and speak your truth sometimes. So it's like if you're always feeding everybody and they're at your house, okay, then you got to start asking them to put, too many cards came up. You got to start asking them to, pitch in. If you always host the dinners, then you got to start saying, okay, it's a potluck. Everybody needs to pitch in, or next time, can we do it at your house? Like, you got to look at a pattern of behavior in order to change it, to get off that wheel. It's not a roller coaster. It's a mouse wheel I'm seeing, okay? Because you are protected and you are safe. You need to know that. However, what it is saying is that it's like you're your own worst enemy, okay? Truth and clarity, right? If you're not happy, well, the only way to change that is you yourself. But you do have to take on the energies of the Queen of Swords. If you're a man, then this is just saying that you have to take on the energy, more female aspect, which doesn't mean you're feminine all of a sudden, okay? It just means the female mind and the male mind work differently. When they're making a judgment call or a decision, a female, okay, she's considering all avenues or all aspects, how it's going to affect every area in her life. This is why women are stressed all the time, okay? We don't have the ability to think about nothing. Men have this ability, okay? So ladies, if your man's at home and he's watching TV and you're like, what are you thinking about? And he says nothing, don't get upset, because he really is thinking about nothing. And this is why women get upset, probably because they're a little bit jealous of the fact that they don't have that ability, okay? When a man's in bed with you and you're all concerned about, oh, is he thinking about this other woman? No, all right? He's a man. His ability, he's focused on the task at hand. He's not thinking about nothing else except you. He's having relations with you, so you're what he's thinking about. He ain't fantasizing about anybody else. The women have power to do that. Men don't have that power, right? They're in the moment. This is talking about being in the moment, okay? It's talking about not making mountains out of molehills either, all right? So this is like if you have a significant other, okay, and you're constantly arguing about stupid mundane things like he always leaves the toilet seat up and you're getting upset. Like, why do you always have to leave the toilet seat up? Why can't you put it down? This is an argument that's been going on, a cycle that's been happening for years, and you're getting upset. Okay, Queen of Swords is saying be logical about it, all right? Really think about it. He could leave that toilet seat down and he could pee while the toilet seat down, and then you got sprinkles all over the toilet seat. Yes, he may not be putting the toilet seat down, but he is lifting it up, so that toilet seat is spackle free. Right? So it could be worse. He is making an effort. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a man and you're dealing with a woman, she's an intellectual, which means she needs words. But she's also smart enough to tell the difference between your words and your actions. She can align the two, right? This is like, there's some things that aren't worth fighting about, Like, and honestly, with I Am Fun is kind of like laugh about it, man. Like, isn't it stupid that you've been arguing about the damn toilet seat for 4 years? And realistically, he has been helping you out by lifting the toilet seat up. He's not sprinkling on the toilet seat, like, might not be fully what you want, but it's half, right? Half is better than none. You want to go back, okay, to school, then you got to take the action to do it too, right? Because the Knight of Wands is like this is what you need to grow. So even if you're an adult, okay, the Knight would be somebody that's younger. It doesn't mean that the person's younger. It's the energy that it's asking you to take on, which is this guy has places to go, people to see, and things to do, right? Experiences to be had, mistakes to be made, and things to learn, not only about others, but about themselves, right? Adventure, okay? So it's like a quest, all right? You got a quest you got to go on. You have this sort of truth. You are safe. You have knowledge and wisdom. Okay, well, no, here. You have knowledge, but you need wisdom now. And how you're going to get that wisdom is through action. This is an action card, all right? Knowledge and wisdom are two separate things. Anybody can learn knowledge. You learn that from a book. You learn that from a video, okay? It's what you're being told, okay? Wisdom comes through experience. That is mastery. So now you need to grow that. You need to start taking experiences on, okay? Which means taking chances, all right? You don't want to take highly risk chances. You want to be logical about things and think about things before you do it, all right? You definitely don't want to reflect on the past. Maybe there's something you want from the past and it's locked and you can't get to it. Well, then that's for your safety. Okay, you're being protected. It says, I am safe. Okay, and when, it's what you need to show. When you don't feel safe is when you start, you go into scarcity mode. And scarcity mode can be scary. That's when, like, people start lying and cheating and, I don't mean cheating physically with another person. I mean cheating people out of things, right? Like taking, what do you want to say? Like taking credit when it's not credit you should be taking, or it's like overspending to make up for the lack of scarcity, you know, like you want to get out of that mindset. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune being fixed, that means that there's things in life that have to happen in order for you to gain the wisdom. You had the knowledge, but you had to have the experience to gain the wisdom. All right? And what you need to grow is gaining that wisdom, is taking action, moving forward. All right? Sagittarius are highly forgiving people. All right? They're not ones to hold grudges. A lot of people are like, oh, they're happy-go-lucky. Okay, well, what people forget about Sagittarius is they're experienced people. They go through a lot. They have to experience it, not through the mind, not just through the body or the soul. The whole being has to go through the experience. All right. And they forgive only because they know that it's going to do them no good to hold on to that energy. It's going to put them in a scarcity state. It's going to make them like feel like that Four of Cups. It's going to make them hold on to things. All right. And how can you have new experiences if you haven't let the old ones go? So I'm just going to pull one of these. It's a shaman card. I'm going to read it from the book. The shaman card, you guys. I didn't use these for... I didn't want to use them for the purpose of the fact they're all images of caves around the world. And I thought that was so cool and interesting. However, in the book, it doesn't tell you where in the world it came from, which is driving my Virgo side insane because, you know, Virgos, they want to research. They want to find out things. All right. Very fitting, you guys. It says the Dancer of Beginnings. Okay, and that's fitting with this card here. It's what you need to grow. The Ace of Swords. You got your sword to go out on your adventure like King Arthur. Okay? And have new experiences and have fun. But Dancer of Beginnings. That's it, the card there. Pardon me. I'm just going to push pause to find it in the book. All right. Okay. I got worried I pushed stop there, you guys. Wouldn't be the first time today, man. This is taking me forever. I've only gotten 3 videos done. Technically, I would have had 7 done, but they didn't record or I stopped them. Something happened. All right. So it's the Dancer of New Beginnings, or the Dancer of Beginnings. So it says, I am the Dancer of Beginnings. I dance in the spirit of fresh directions, and call upon myself the embrace of the divine beginnings who send their blessings upon all new enterprises. Dance with me to become uplifted, shaken and stall routines, and raised up beyond what is to be human. Divine fire fills the air around me. Move forward with me and look at the world with a renewed understanding. I catch fire from the flame of longing and intent, the accomplishment of dreams. You guys do have dreams here. I'm sorry if I'm like stuttering when I'm reading. I actually do have stage fright, you guys. I'm a really shy person. I do have a Virgo rising. My Mars Aquarius sits in Virgo, all right? That also gives me a lot of enemies. It's not the best placement, you know? And I got a Jupiter Capricorn, so that like stunts my good luck Sag, you know? Like, but I am quite shy. I stutter because I get really nervous. Okay, it says the dancer raises his or her hands as if in greeting, embracing the moment of beginning, the point of transformation from the seed of intention to the fullness of action. The dancer of beginnings represents a transpersonal energy that bursts out of the shadows, infusing everything that surrounds it with potential of becoming more than it is. The dancer can refresh our vision of ourselves and of our lives, helping us to see beginnings where perhaps we once saw endings, and breathe new life and possibilities even into the familiar of the routine. That's kind of nice, you guys. That's way better than the other fire signs. You actually had a second card that came out, the Ancestor of Exile. It's a rhino. So let's find that. I think that's right. Oh, here we go. I'm going to take a sip before I start stuttering. All right. It says, I am the ancestor of exile. I have borne witness to many kinds of separation and have watched the suffering of those who are driven away from their home or country. Yet there is a deeper exile still in exile from the self, and I stand ready to help lost people find their way back to their place of belonging. Draw strength from me when you need recognition or support in times of loneliness. I kind of want to cry right now, and I'm not sure why. My throat's getting all chucked up or choked up. Where I am an empath, so that means that I can feel things that other people are feeling. And that's why I don't do as many readings as I would like to do. Where it says exile does not have to be simple, a physical state of being. For example, isolation from a community, a tribe, a place of work, or even a family. Exile can extend to one's sense of self. Perhaps donating a loss of self-worth, self-understanding, self-love. The ancestor of exile comes to help us when we feel detached from ourselves or from any aspect of our lives, enabling us to reconnect with the course of our life's journey. The sharp spike of emotional solitude is painful and damaging, especially when the wound is left untended. The ancestor of exile will restore our sense of wholeness. Oh, you guys. I hope that really helped you out. I do like these cards, these shaman cards. I'm not sure why I'm feeling choked up. It did say somebody's feeling lonely and detached. That could be the Queen of Swords, right? You're taking on her energy. But there is the concern here, if I am safe, of you not locking yourself up, okay? Happy birthday, you guys. I really hope it's a great one. I'm sorry this is longer. I do want to keep these shorter. I say that every month. I've been saying that for 5 years. I can't control it though. I've tried. And because I'm an empath, I really do got to focus on the way I feel when I do these readings. Okay, like whether it's like a stuffed head, a stuffed nose, or it all tells me something. And I really have to be in tuned and focused when I do it. So, you know, now that I moved, my work time is cut down. I'm actually looking for a new job. I've had a couple of responses, and now it's just picking one, right? And I got that Virgo rising, plus my Mars is in Virgo, so I'm a deep thinker, you guys. I really am. I think about things that no human should be concerned about or thinking about, you know? Like, oh man. God bless my family for loving me and accepting me for who I am. And I have an Aries to thank for that. So you guys are wonderful. You know, anybody that has you in their life is pretty blessed. But get back to your fun selves, you guys. Go out there, have some new experiences. Perhaps some of you guys will have a Sag that will take you out and have some fun. I know that's going to stand true for my mommy. So I have a big day planned for her birthday. So maybe that have fun in the Sag card in the Sword of Truth could be me popping into my mom's life. And I feel bad for her sometimes because the stuff I get my family to do is ridiculous. That's the Aquarius. Life's about experiences, though, and making memories. All right, it's not about the things you can buy. You can't take that with you. The only thing you can take with you and that you leave behind for others is those beautiful memories that you have and they'll have. All right, I hope this helped you out, and I will talk to you next month. Try to make them shorter. Do my best. Namaste, and talk to you next month. Ciao for now.